Hi Aries, and welcome to your Mercury Retrograde Tarot reading. Mercury is going retrograde on October 31st and will remain that way until November 20th. Mercury is retrograding through Scorpio, so this is a time of major transformation for everybody, okay? And with the retrograde, that's unfinished business returning, lessons that maybe you've been working on now, the full completion is coming into your life during this retrograde. It's just like unfinished business coming back to you, and now it's a powerful time for transformation, rising from the ashes like the phoenix and shedding so many things that have been holding you back, holding you down. So Aries, we're going to pull a card here to see which area of your life this is most impacting. All right, right there. So we have the 8th house. All right, this is the house that is occupied by Scorpio, where Mercury is at. So Aries, you guys are really going to feel this transformation. It says this transformational area of your life is about shared resources and intense emotions. This is a general read, so we can definitely broaden the spectrum of things that this can entail. But Aries, my goodness me, this is going to be an intense, powerful Mercury retrograde cycle for you guys. And a lot of emotions are going to be coming up like from the deep down inside of you. Like I said, unfinished business. This could also be some different things that have happened that you have experienced and it's left, a bit of trauma or a wound within you, and you've, pushed it to the side. Well, now it's going to come up to the surface. It's like you're going to be looking at a mirror of yourself, and you see your light, and then you see your shadow, and you realize where the imbalance is within you and what's been going on, and what's been holding you back. And this isn't about any sort of external factor. This is a self-realization of the thoughts, the choices, the habits, the behaviors, like everything that you are doing. You are coming into full recognition. I'm not saying you're doing anything bad, okay? What I'm saying is every aspect of you, you are coming into awareness of that through this Mercury retrograde. And in that space, it brings the full picture into view, and in some instances you see where you are being taken advantage of or treated very unfairly, and it's like you finally have the emotional strength to overcome that and let it go and no longer personalize it or think something was wrong with you. And then in other spaces where you maybe not been the best, you've made bad choices, said things you wish you could take back, you're becoming very aware of that, and you're seeing how everything connects. And in that space, there's this great expansion of consciousness, of understanding, and it allows a big time transformation to take place in some area of your life, Aries, where you have felt incredibly held back. All right, let's pull a guardian angel card and see which guardian angel is walking with you through this Mercury retrograde to help you with, completing unfinished business that is returning. We have Angel of Soulmates. So with 8th house and soulmates coming out, Aries, this is really wrapped up in heart and soul connections for you. And that could be, friends, family, as well as romance. But a lot of the things that hold you back, that, negative thoughts you have about yourself, imbalancing your energy, it has a lot to do with soulmate relationships where, things really hurt you deep down, Aries, and you may have dealt with it, you may not have dealt with it, but right now as Mercury goes retrograde through Scorpio, it's coming out in your cards right here. It's going to be very intense, but it's like you're finally going to heal from some deep-seated wounds of different relationships and connections that you've had, and all the different things that have happened. And like I said, you're going to see how everything connects, and it just allows you to really rise above. And this heavy emotional burden and heartache, it's lifting off of you. It may not be completely gone from you, but I feel it just really holds you tight, you feel bound, and now it's loose. It may be a part of you, but you are freed from it, and you see a different perspective about why different things have happened and the way that it's grown you and shaped you, and also how certain things that didn't happen, you see how Spirit was actually protecting you by different things not working out that you had really hoped for, just because so much time has passed and now you see the truth of that person, that situation. So Aries, very powerful, transformational time for you guys. So we're just going to pull a couple of more cards, get some highlights. Outside the box, there's that shift in perception taking place, and with the white rabbit, that's always coming into knowledge, understanding, perception that is completely brand new, maybe very foreign to you, to your current belief system. Follow your heart. Oh, this is like, excuse me, bringing you back to life, Aries. Where you've been hurt, where this wound has existed in a sense, you know, it's kept you isolated and disconnected in various different ways, and you're gonna work through that energy finally and overcome it. And now, because you see things from this higher perception and you're transforming, it opens you back up to your heart space where you're not afraid. Like, you want to jump in, you want to take risks, you don't want to hold back. If you've sworn off ever loving again, romantically, you're changing your mind. If you've said, I'm never going to trust another friend, nobody can ever be trusted, you're changing your mind. If there was somebody in your family that you're like, I will never ever forgive them, you're changing your mind. You're evolving, you're expanding, you're shedding. And you know, there's always some pain and challenge associated with that, Aries, but this is truly in your highest good, and you're gonna be happy, like, you know, I say by the end of November, just with your understanding alone. But there's also other things playing out. Some of you who have been, you know, really on your own, no friends, no romance, that's changing. You're going to meet some members of your soul tribe. You've been working on a lot of stuff deep down in the soul with Scorpio energy and Mercury. All right, so I'm a little bit afraid of this Mercury retrograde, if you want to know my personal opinion. And look, death is the you know, card in the tarot that represents Scorpio, and here it is. So yeah, this is just Spirit saying now is the time, Aries, to make any major change, transformation in your life. You will have the willpower, the courage, the energy on all levels. Okay, what do we have? Yes, it is time. We've got the Wheel of Fortune, King of Pentacles, King of Cups, Eight of Swords, Page of Swords. Aries, this is that restriction that you've been suffering, you know, however that plays out for you, that is what is transforming. And, you know, this could involve an earth sign, Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn, or a water sign, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, just with those two coming out. But this to me goes a bit deeper, more about life lessons that you've been working on, soul lessons. And one has been to become very independent and strong within yourself, especially in the financial sector. And another lesson here has a lot to do with the, like, emotional maturity. Coming out as a king, this is where you grow really big, okay? Where now we've been restricted from, you know, different emotions. We've been restricted somehow in the physical. The Wheel of Fortune is coming in. Everything's changing because we've learned lessons. Mercury's coming retrograde to wrap up all loose ends, and here you are coming through as the Page of Swords, brand new beginning, stepping into like a new path, but so much wiser for it. Okay, so Aries, this is quite positive, actually. Let's pull some tarot cards to get some clarity, dig deeper about what these dice are saying. The Moon, there it is, Aries, your full moon that just happened on the 13th. Wheel of Fortune, that was the mark, the start of the new energy coming into your life, a new cycle beginning. And this Mercury retrograde is just like the final sweep to clear up all loose ends, all looming energies, and really overcome some wounds attached to connections. And you've learned a lot about independence and emotional maturity through the process. Nine of Wands. Yeah, that's just talking about the life lesson. Like, things have been a struggle, but you are a champion, Aries. Next is the Devil. This is talking about the intensity of the emotional lessons that you've been learning and gaining. And just to, reiterate, could have involved a water sign because the moon is the representation of Pisces in the tarot, but the moon rules Cancer. So Pisces or Cancer. All right, and then the Devil would be Capricorn. So we've already picked up on some earth and water energies, and that's also coming through. Again, the Tower, this is like you breaking free, Aries, and like, because man, do you see like the imagery is similar, just the way it looks. It's like you're breaking free from a lot of things that have been holding you back, and it's with the Rabbit, like I said, it's like brand new information to your consciousness, really going way outside the box, and that's outside the box, and you see things from such a different perception, and that's very freeing to you. And that's what this Mercury retrograde is truly about for you, is to take you to that place and like all the dots connect, which shatters this invisible like restriction that's been around you. And look at this, we have the Page of Wands sitting right on top of this Page of Swords. Aries, you are stepping into a brand new beginning, mind, heart, and soul. Your mind is really expanding. You're going into thoughts and ideas and perceptions that you've never really touched on before. And that's what this Mercury retrograde is doing for you, which ultimately frees you. But remember, you've been working on some really big life lessons and you have completed them. Like, you're overcoming. You are a champion. So let's pull one final card. Don't worry. It's all working out, Aries. It's all working out for you. You've learned your lessons, and I love like that there's two puzzle pieces missing since we have two kings, and I'm like, this is all about independence, especially being financially independent, and also a lot of emotional lessons that's brought you into this big place of emotional maturity. And then you have these two puzzle pieces missing. So Aries, between now, when Mercury goes retro on the 31st and all the way to November 20th, don't hold back, don't fear, don't nothing. Just jump into all this energy, because what is falling away needs to fall away for you to fly away and be free. And, your perception and where you're headed is completely brand new energy to you, which is exciting. And, 2 pages, it stimulates you in your emotional body, in your soul, but also it stimulates your mind. You're stepping on a brand new path. So Mercury retrograde through Scorpio for you guys is definitely playing in with the Aries full moon we just had, and giving you guys the energy that you need to really transform and to see things differently, which ultimately lets in new opportunities. And there's some new connections just up ahead for you guys, whether it's friends or romance, but where you guys have closed your heart off, those of you who have, the healing is coming in, and it's big time healing with the guardian angel there. You're going to see things from a much different perspective, Aries. Finally be able to heal, release, move on, and it opens your heart to a very beautiful connection. All right, so those are your messages for Mercury retrograde, Aries. I'm wishing you all the best. Take care.